What is it that determines whether or not you like a song? Like, what's the thing you hear that makes you go, oh wow, I really like that? See, I didn't realize that not everyone listens to music the same way I do. Ever since I was a kid, before I even knew there were different genres of music, I always liked things based on the musical notes themselves and how they complemented each other. For example, I love seventh chords. Doesn't matter what instrument or what style of music, if I hear a seventh chord, it's going to stick out to me. The thing I appreciate most in music is the atmosphere created by the composition. To put it simply, I like music that puts an image in my head, whether it reminds me of a gentle snowfall at night, or exploring a dark castle, or just lying on my bedroom floor and thinking about things. But not everyone listens to music like that. Some people just like electric guitar or banjo. Some people only listen to music that makes them feel happy. And some people actually care about the words. See, to be blunt, I don't really care what people are singing about. I still like vocals, but all that ever mattered to me was the melody, not the words. And I thought everyone else was the same, until a few years ago when I heard my brother make a comment about a song. He said, you know, I liked this song when I first heard it, but when I started listening to the words, I realized it was kinda dumb. I remember thinking, so what? If you like the way it sounds, who cares if the words are kinda dumb? I didn't understand, and it wasn't until I got my heart broken that I did understand. I won't go into details, but I had something of a romantic relationship back in high school, and when it ended, I was crushed. I was depressed and listening to a lot of sad music. I started paying attention to the lyrics, and I noticed something. I could relate to them. These words were describing exactly how I felt, and it was comforting to hear someone who seemed to understand what I was going through. Not only that, but I started expressing myself more authentically through my own music. I wrote this song called Lovesick that I just kept singing over and over again, because for the first time, it actually meant something to me. No, the lyrics aren't anything remarkably poetic, but it was the first time I wrote out exactly what I was feeling, and I've been trying to do that ever since. But as I got older, I kinda lost my way. I still tried to write what was on my mind, but I started settling for good enough. Even if the words didn't match perfectly with the music, I thought it didn't really matter. That is, until my best friend got engaged. He asked me to be his best man, which meant I had to write a speech. I knew if I just wrote from the heart, it would be good enough, but I felt like nobody would care. I'd be uttering all these meaningless words trying to sound profound while everyone just waited for me to finish. So, instead of writing a speech to impress everyone, I just wrote like I was talking directly to my best friend. When it came time for me to speak, I wasn't planning on crying, but I did. I guess I didn't realize how much the words meant to me until I actually started saying them to my friend. The thing was, I wasn't the only one crying. Almost everyone was crying. Afterwards, a lot of people came up to me and told me how beautiful my speech was. Now, I'm not saying all this to boast about my speech writing skills. It's just that I wasn't expecting that kind of response, and I started wondering, why can't my songs have this much of an impact? And that's when I realized, lyrics do matter. If you have something to say, people will listen. But if you're just blabbering words that kind of work, just so you have a verse or a chorus, it's not going to mean anything to anyone. As much as I might not care about the words, if I want people to feel what I feel in my music, then I have to find the right words to convey that. There is something incredibly powerful when you have the right words over the right notes. So I'm gonna work harder to find the right words. And for any songwriters out there, I want to encourage you to do the same thing. Imagine, if people heard your lyrics without the music, would they still feel what you feel? It goes the other way too. Don't just write music that works. Let the music say what you can't say with words. But what do you think? Do you agree? Disagree? What do you listen for that determines whether or not you like a song? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, maybe consider subscribing. And if you're feeling generous, share it with someone. Until next time.